Asmon reacts to Xaryu on TCG. Oh. I kind of want to see what he says, but I also don't want to get triggered. All right, hold on. Let's exit game. All right, everybody, let's not get triggered. Objectively, just listen, and then we're going to not even comment on the reply. And then we'll move on, okay? Do we all agree? Type 1 in the chat if you agree. We're all just going to watch this video. We're not even going to comment on it. We're just going to internalize it and move on. We're not even going to... Okay.
Value was tied to a skill-based accomplishment. Something like, for example, you got Gladiator, or you got Cutting Edge, or you got Hall of Fame, or something like that. So you have a title, or you have a mount, or something like that. But there are other things that I don't necessarily think should be upheld as like a, virtue. Like, for example, there were a lot of people who had tier 3, but they vendored their tier 3 when Burning Crusade came out or when Wrath of the Lich King came out because it was no longer viable or useful for them to use in their character. But when Transmog came out later on, well, then now the people that had kept full tier 3, now they had this advantage. So this was an unearned advantage that was not decided or created by any sort of intelligence. And I think also like having 8,000 gold, $8,000 mounts in games is just really not a good thing to have, especially when you have so many scams going on. So I think Blizzard is doing the right thing by devaluing the entire economy, that the value was...
I said I wouldn't reply. Guys, can I have 30 seconds to reply, or do we just move on? Maybe we just move on. Okay, maybe we just move on. Okay. All right, I heard it. We just move on. Reply. All right, 30 seconds. I generally think it's an okay point. Having said that, you could say the same thing like for people that spent 4 or 5 million gold buying a rooster, a magic rooster, which is a TCG item. They spent time farming the gold and then bought the rooster. You could say the same thing for like the Brutosaur mount. If Twitch drops gave Brutosaur mounts that were 5 million gold, I don't know how I'd feel about that either. You could say the same thing about, hey, how about this? You have a Twitch drop where everyone who watches the stream for 2 hours gets 5 million gold in-game. Well, you could say, well, you could just buy gold so it doesn't matter. So then you could devalue gold more because you can buy it. Is that a good argument to make? Does that kind of fall flat? Probably, right? Like, you can't just give away things because you can buy them with real money. It doesn't really hold water when you start to think about it, in my opinion, right? And I think the best example of that is you can earn 5 million gold from a Twitch drop if you watch a stream for 2 hours that devalues it. Anyway, I went further than my 30 seconds, but I think that's like a decent reply there, right?